Morning, everybody. Welcome to this Friday's sit. And for those that are new to this, these recordings are uploaded to YouTube every week, normally on the Friday or sometime over the weekend, depending on how busy I am. And each week we come together for a 20-minute practice for mindfulness meditation at 7 a.m. And I try my best to never run over 7:20 so that you can organise your day. So today's practice, we're going to be looking at a process called the 3-step breathing practice, sometimes known as GAP, but I prefer to call it the 3-step breathing practice because it's got 3 steps. So if you, for a moment, just imagine the shape of an hourglass or an egg timer, and just think about that shape. What we've got at the top is a kind of a fat bowl into a very thin neck and then into a fat bowl at the bottom. And that can be quite helpful to, I guess, use just as a bit of an image, particularly if you wanted to move away from the practice today and try this at home on your own, either with the YouTube clip by viewing this later on, or you could actually just do it yourself in your own mind's eye. So at the top of the hourglass where the bowl is fatter, and the sand just starts to run through, this gives us the opportunity to gather up everything that's there in terms of our experience. So whether we want to tune into what's going on in our thoughts, our emotions, in our heart center, or maybe in our body in a physical way. And then as we come into the narrowness of the neck of the hourglass, this then brings us to the narrowness of focus on the breath in our practice. And then as that narrowness widens back up at the bottom of the hourglass shape, we're then allowing and expanding any and all experiences to come back into the practice. But we'll do that with a sense of kindness, a sense of compassion. So nothing for you to worry about right now, because I'm going to guide you through this process. So to begin, find yourself a spot that feels comfortable. Can be useful to be in an upright, alert position if that's okay for you. But if that's uncomfortable, if you're suffering with any maybe tiredness, aches or pains in the back or neck, then you can lay down. There's never any right or wrong with regards to the position that you choose to take when you are sitting in a mindfulness practice. You can lay down, you can sit up, you can even stand. I prefer to close my eyes, so just dipping the chin and just softening the gaze, maybe closing the eyes. And if that's uncomfortable, you can just focus on a spot, maybe in front of you by about 1 meter or so. And as we begin, it's always useful, I think, just to bring a moment of stillness, a moment of quietness. And that's because you might be doing this practice at a different time of the day. Yeah, it's just gone 7 a.m. for us, but if it's later in the day, you might have had quite a busy morning or a busy afternoon. So just bringing that moment of stillness and quietness to the body, to the mind, to the heart. And just noticing how that feels. And don't be surprised in what comes up when you sit still. For instance, often what might happen is thoughts of the day gone by, maybe even yesterday, or thoughts of what's due to come today, at least what you believe is due to come today. Maybe you're thinking, oh, actually, I don't want to do this, I can't be bothered, and you're ready to switch off. It could be that you're noticing physical sensations in the body, maybe pain or discomfort, heat or coolness. And it might even be that in this stillness, you're noticing an emotion in some way. So like I said, don't be surprised, because when we're still, when we just stop, lots of things can occur, lots of things can arise and bubble up to the surface. Mindfulness is about being with those experiences and just allowing them to be there, not trying to change them in any way. So just see if you can observe what is there with gentleness. with kindness. And whatever you notice, if it's helpful, you could even say to yourself, it's okay. It's okay, it's already here. So take this moment now to expand that awareness just a little bit more. As I said, the top of the hourglass, where we're allowing everything in, any and all experiences. Begin to explore and notice what is there for you. Maybe take a little bit of extra time, what's going on in your thoughts. What's coming up for you in that thinking brain, that mind of yours? We have between 70 and 90,000 thoughts a day. They're fleeting, some of them pass by quickly. So it's no surprise that as you stop, sit still in this peaceful moment, that thoughts might be quite scattered. Things might be coming up for you. Let those thoughts be there. Let them come and go and drift by like clouds in the sky. Check in on your body when you're ready. Maybe give the body a scan from head to toe. Noticing what's cropping up for you. Coolness, heat, pain, discomfort, the internal body, the external body. What do you notice that's there? And again, whatever is there, just bring a sense of kindness to it. It's okay, it's already here. So this is about acknowledgement. This part of our mindfulness practice is about acknowledgement of what is there. Allow the focus and attention to draw to your heart center, your emotions. I like to connect the moment of considering our emotional state to the heart center. If it's helpful, you could place your hand over your heart center, which is just at the top of your chest, around the rib cage. What are you feeling? What are you feeling today? Maybe label it, give it a name. And notice how that feeling, that emotion is arriving for you. Investigate it a little bit. Where might it be coming from? Does it connect to your body anywhere? Is the emotion showing up in a physical way as well as maybe in your mind's eye? It could even be related to a thought, something that's happened. Resting the hand, if it is connected to your chest, and very slowly and gently bringing your awareness to the narrowness of your breathing. So as we move towards our breathing, beginning by just following the breath in and out of the body. Leaving behind any thoughts, physical sensations, emotions. Allowing those three things to take backstage as you bring front stage the focus and awareness of your breathing. Following the breath in and out. And as you focus to the narrowness of your breath, your mind is going to wander. So when it does, notice that it's wandered off and bring it back to the in and out breath. Following it in, following it out. Staying with the breath. Every time the mind wanders, just come back to your breathing and begin again. It's very usual. Very usual to begin again over and over, and for the mind to wander. On the next out breath, allow the awareness to expand once again to any and all experiences. This time, we're not breaking those experiences down into those little chunks of mind, body, and heart. But just open up and allow your awareness to broaden and deepen, noticing what's there for you. And it could be that a thought from the beginning of the practice is still there lingering, a physical sensation is still there somehow, something going on emotionally is still in the back notes maybe, or could even be in the front notes and feel heavier. But this practice, just like all mindfulness practices, is not about trying to change anything. It's really about observing what is there in our experience and allowing it to be exactly just as it is. But through the practice and through this moment of focusing on our breathing, just notice if now, as we open up into that broader awareness, if anything has shifted for you. Notice if there's been any change to how you feel, your thoughts, your body. But importantly, at this point, whatever is there, I encourage you to just bring a sense of lightness, a sense of comfort and support. And as you notice whatever's there for you, in any way, just say to yourself, it's okay. That compassionate, soft tone, as if you were telling a best friend, it's okay, it's going to be okay. And if there is something there that's still bothering you, just know that a hand to your arm and a gentle stroke can help us to feel soothed and comforted. It helps us to release some of those feel-good chemicals in our body, like serotonin, dopamine. And it could just be that you notice a shift. It might be small, but something has changed. So just be with what's there. And as we come towards the end of this 3-step breathing practice, maybe just take a moment to acknowledge how you're feeling. Take a moment to acknowledge how you feel now versus before the practice. Maybe sum that up to yourself in 1 word or 2 words. And then when you feel ready, just giving those fingers a bit of a wiggle, toes a bit of a tap, and blinking the eyes open. Good. So that practice was about 15 minutes, a little bit shorter, which is useful. But I think I just wanted to close off by saying, you know, mindfulness practice doesn't have to be long. You don't have to sit for long periods of time. And I hope that anybody watching this realizes that this in itself is a meditative process, but doesn't need to feel too unusual for us. I mean, obviously at the beginning it can feel a little bit different, but not necessarily difficult. You know, mindfulness is about a discipline of being able to sit and to be with our experience as it is, whatever is there. And through sitting with that experience, mind, body, heart center, through the emotional connection. So through sitting with that experience, we learn so much about what is going on for us in the moment. And it helps us to really pay attention to that. And it's through that building, that nurturing of attention, that in our day-to-day worlds, we're able to build a sense of resilience and respond to life's challenges, no matter how small or big, in a way that causes us to feel like we will suffer less as a result. Now, some of that might sound a little bit, you know, difficult or complex, but it really isn't. The connection here is about stopping, being, taking stock of what's going on in our experience, and then learning from that experience through insight and reflection in a way that says, okay, so I see what's going on for me. What do I want to do about that? So look, let me leave that with you for now. Connect with me through Stephanie at infinity-wellness.co.uk, or you can find me on Facebook through IWM Stephanie, Instagram, IWM Stephanie, or via LinkedIn at Stephanie Unthanklatter. It's good to have you here. Thanks a lot. Don't forget, leave a comment, like and share.